Come on. Let's dance. Let's have a fish on, a giant, and have to negotiate all these obstacles. Come on. Had to cast over this bush and under those tree branches just to get the Bart out there. And if I got a fish on, I'd have to fight through all the cover, all this tall weed vegetation and growth. Get a Bart right in the tall grass over here. There we go. Right in that tall grass. That grass sticks up about 1.5 to 2 feet out of the water. And Bart always grabs it. And I'm pulling a piece. You have to be a pretty hungry fish to hit Bart with a piece of grass hanging off of it. To my knowledge, it's never happened. You know. Their little pea brain is just enough to help them realize if it's got wood hanging off the back of it, it's not something to eat. That's it. That's the only smarts they have. Otherwise, there's no outsmarting a bass. You don't have to outsmart them. They're not picky. They'll hit anything that moves. Dog turd with a hook in it. That's what Bart is. That's why I designed Bart. I wanted to show the world that the hype in the fishing industry is bullcrap. All these frogs with legs and arms, you know, with great cool names and cool packaging that everybody falls for. It's BS. None of it's needed. The bass don't care. They don't care about colors. They care if they can see it better. And they don't even really care about that. It's just a natural instinct for them. If they can see it, you're better off to get, you know, you're more likely to catch something. But the bass don't care if they can see it or not. They don't care what the color is. They don't care anything about it. They're just 100% controlled by their environment. They eat when nature tells them to eat. They feed when the conditions tell them to feed, which is all the time. But they don't care about colors, they don't care about shape, they don't care about looks. And that's a fact. And everything I've done with the Clatterbrat brand and my products and lures has proven it. From day one, when I first started, more than 5 years ago. Every fish I've caught, which has been thousands, and every fish you guys, the BOB, have caught, which has been more thousands, all over the country, has proven what I'm saying here, that the bass do not care. So then what matters, what should matter to the angler is features on the lure that matter to us, that help us. You know, they give us a better hookup ratio. They give us a more durable frog lure. They give us a lure that doesn't take on water and sink every couple casts. You know, that has a loud rattle to attract fish and make them curious. And most frog lures don't. So Bart has a place. And he's designed ugly. And he's designed with features for us, not the bass. It's so that we can catch more fish and have more fun topwater frog fishing. The bass don't care. They'll hit anything. They'll hit any hollow frog, any color, any size, shape, legs, no legs, popper mouth, no popper mouth. They'll hit it shaped like a frog. They'll hit it shaped like a fish. They'll hit it shaped like a stinking dog turd or a hot dog, an Oscar Mayer hot dog. They don't care. And Bart is 100% proof of it, and so are all the lures at Clatterbrat. They're all minimalistic designs that look like nothing. The only thing is the legs on Bart or the tail, if it's a mouse or rat lure, you know, might help, you know, simulate natural fauna that they do eat. But the bass don't care. Bart didn't have to be designed that way. I did that. But it didn't have to be. The bass have a brain the size of a pea. They do not think. they exist. They don't know how to survive. They don't know how to, you know, like if it's a super cold winter, they don't know how to make adjustments so they can survive it. They either live or die, end of story. The environment controls bass. And the market, the bass fishing market, which is blown up to multiple billions and billions of dollars in sales every year, is all about marketing hype. It's not about the truth about fishing. That's why I push the American-made companies, and especially the saltwater lure companies that don't push the garbage, who do get it, who do know what matters. And that's all they make. They make lures with single hooks. You know, they make them out of materials that last. They make them to cast in high winds. You know, they know what they're doing. But the bass industry for freshwater is like as corrupt as there ever is anything in our country and in the world. It's the most hype-filled misinformation, garbage hype promotion, marketing schemes ever invented by man. And that's why I don't respect the YouTube channels who go for the brass ring and want to be associated just so they can make a few dollars and help the process. And you guys know who they are. They're the big successful channels. And I'm sorry, I'm talking about even the man himself. Yeah, I'll say, nice guy, yeah, I'll say it. He's going for the brass ring. He's on payroll now. He's left his full-time job. He thinks his knowledge of fishing, which is not any different than yours or mine, has made him superior. And he's not. He just lives near a lake that's full of fish, and because it's so big, it cannot be pressured. So he has that benefit going. It makes him look like a great angler. Yeah. Bring that great angler here. Let me have him for a few days. Let me put that great angler on my spots. And wouldn't you like to have him on your fishing spots? Because guess what that great angler would get? Nothing. Just like you and me. He's not a great angler. He's a lucky man that lives near a big lake. It's the same way with all the other top bass channels on YouTube. They all live
for some sun in the afternoon. It'll be warm with
near a very productive giant freshwater resource that's loaded with fish and loaded with giant fish. And darn if they don't have a big channel and people that don't know any better worshiping them and helping them make bank. I don't mind people making money. I just don't like it being done with misinformation, with wrong, misleading implications that are not true, and especially with guys who are arrogant. And the crowd on YouTube makes them arrogant because the viewers are responsible for teaching these guys that they are something special when they're not. It's like a vicious cycle. And I hate to say it, it's a leftist, liberal, anti-law and order, anti-constitution, anti-America attitude that's behind all of that. So the people that do all that follow these channels and worship these guys and put them on pedestals and make them think they're more than they are, they're all liberal-minded type people. And if you're a conservative and you're doing that, wake the fudge up and start to realize the truth around yourself. There's not, everything in life is not a conspiracy. It's plain truth and you're just too dumb and blind to see it. Wake up and see the truth. And it starts right here on YouTube. With these channels, all these successful guys. I think everyone should stop following them and make them go back to their real jobs. And for many of the young kids that have these big channels, they never worked a job in their life. Make them work. Make them pay taxes. Make them pay into Social Security like the rest of us have done. No, they sit in the comfort of their own homes. They get their rods and reels and go fishing. That's their job, they think. They think that's work, putting videos up. Wake up, guys. Fishing is all about one thing and one thing only, the fish. Are there fish? And how pressured are they? Fresh and salt water. In salt water, are there fish? Are there enough fish to compete with each other for your presentations? If so, you'll catch them. It's not how good of an angler you are. It's the conditions in the water that, you know, result in your catches or not catches. And in freshwater, it's the same way. Fishing pressure will ruin any freshwater, you know, body of water. And if it's pressured, you're not going to do well, and neither are these top YouTube guys. But guess what? They don't fish your pressured lakes and ponds and mud holes. They fish their giant lakes that they live by. That's the only difference between them and you. They're not better anglers than you. They don't know anything more, but you have made them think they know more. So now they have every day a video splitting a million hairs about a jig. Freak. You don't need to know anything about a jig. You know, there's one thing you need to know about a jig. Get your jigs from NewTek. Get a new jig from NewTek Lures. Support Bo James. He's all American, red-blooded, American-made, and his jigs are superior. They have quality features built into them like no other jig on the market. Like Duff Dealer Bar, like Clatterbrat. My lures are dog turds with hooks in them, but they have features built in to help the fishermen be more successful. The bass couldn't care less. They'll hit anything on top. So let's make it easier for ourselves. That's what Clatterbrat's about. Clatterbrat's not about hype or making lures look like real creatures. No, it's not necessary. It's not necessary in fresh or salt water. But you need a jig, go to newteklures.com and buy new jigs from Bo James. Support American made and a design that matters. That's it. You don't need to know anything else about jigs or techniques. One of the top guys, the guy, everyone knows who he is. I've seen one of his videos where he talks about the cadence of jig fishing. What an absurd ridiculosity. He talks about, you know, tap, tap, pause, twitch, or twitch, pause, tap, tap, or twitch, twitch, pause, pause, tap, tap, jig. He thinks the cadence is why he's successful, and one day it's one cadence and another day it's another. What BS. I'm sorry, guys. Everyone on YouTube that's got a big, giant, successful bass fishing channel, every single one of them, I'm sorry to say, I'm just going to say it plain, are corrupt. They're corrupt because you, the viewers, have corrupted them. You have taught them that they're better than you. Your feedback has made them think, man, these guys don't know anything. I am the guy. I am the man. And now they believe it. Now they're arrogant. Now their heads are full. Now they're making bank from fishing. And they actually believe it's because they're better fishermen than you. It's got nothing to do with it. It's that they live near a lake. That's it. Yeah, you look around and see where these guys are fishing, the top guys. Yeah, the man himself. Look at his lake down there in Georgia. World famous lake he fishes. Other guys, I'm not going to name them. Look where they live in the lakes they fish. Yeah, guess what? It ain't your water. You get all these guys together and bring them to your little tiny spots that you have to fish. And give them a week and see how great their videos are. Oh yeah, their worshipers will worship them no matter what. They won't catch any more fish or any bigger fish than you do. They know nothing more than you. It's not about them. It's not about the tackle. It's not about the gear. It's not about the lure companies with all their hype and everything they claim. It's only about the water and the fish. Is the water pressured or the fish pressured? If so, it's game over. Roll the dice and take your chances. You're lucky to catch anything. If the water's not pressured and you've got a fairly remote area, then you have a chance to catch some fish and they'll hit anything. One of my friends who I follow, and I don't think of him as one of these hype guys, is Winky Doodles. Don. Love that guy. He's not a hypist. He likes to try different things and he talks about the makers and brands, and that's fine because that's all true. But he's not a hyper. He's fishing less pressured water and he knows it. He's out in the middle of the country and he gets great results. But the numbers and quality of fish that he catches would go down seriously if he came here where I live. Because it's about pressure, you know. In Delaware, we have 33 public ponds. And even some of you guys, my friends in the BOB, have emailed me thinking that sounds impressive, that we have 33 ponds. Well, guess what? Your state, wherever you live, you've got many more ponds and lakes in Delaware. We don't have any lakes in Delaware. We only have man-made ponds, 33 of them that are public. That's it. Every other state in the country has way more freshwater resources than Delaware. So some of you guys that think Delaware is an ideal spot for a freshwater fisherman to come on vacation, you're dead wrong. You're better off where you are. Look at your own state's lakes. Go on the web and search for how many lakes and ponds are in Pennsylvania. How many lakes and ponds are in New Jersey? How many lakes and ponds are in your state where you live? It'll blow Delaware away. We're nothing. We got nothing. I fish here because I live here. That's it. That's what we all do. Wake up. YouTube is a misleading, misinformation website, I'm sorry to say. 99.99% of the content on YouTube is extremely misleading. And especially in the bass fishing genre. Sorry to say it. Anyway, that's the end of this rant, guys. I've wore myself out. No fish today because of fishing pressure. Everywhere I go, there's people already fishing. Every day it's the same here. All the local people are just, I can't even tell you how angry and furious we are. Our lives are ruined, end of story. And it spills over into everything. Bicycling, kayaking, fishing, any activity that we've enjoyed as we grew up, we can't do it anymore. There's too many people here doing it now. So now we're becoming metal detectors. We're finding other hobbies. Let's see what I come up with next. Alright guys, thanks for watching. God bless. And bass wishes.